Ernesto Rodriguez wrote The Chicano and Racism in the Midwest during the Chicano movement in the 1960s and 1970s. The speech was given to a crowd in San Francisco, California. His speech was used to persuade Chicanos in the Southwest to help Chicanos in the Midwest to start revolting just as they were. First, he starts with, "To begin with, let me point out that white racism, or to be more exact, prejudice and discrimination against Chicanos, is the same in San Francisco, California, Seattle, Washington, Detroit, Michigan, or anywhere else throughout Gringolandia, just as it was in the hometown of Davenport, Iowa." He says this to show that the audience, the same way they feel up in the Southwest, is shared all over the United States and in the Midwest especially. He later then mentions, in the Southwest there are more Chicanos to be prejudiced against and to discriminate against. Also, the Chicanos in the Southwest are demanding their rights, and in doing so stirring up inbred racist feelings of Anglos. He says this to bring light to the lack of support in the Midwest. There are less Chicanos in the Midwest, therefore there are less stories of discrimination and less people to revolt. Ernesto Rodriguez then uses the rhetorical tool of storytelling. He says on page 2 of his speech, "At a meeting held in Silvis, Illinois, on June 7th, I felt the vicious effects of this kind of Anglicization. At this meeting, a group of young people were demanding the old church building in the heart of the barrio to start at a community center. They had passed a petition around to gain community support of their request for the church, $10,000, to carry out educational and cultural programs, and also 3 Mexican priests to serve in the Chicano community. This is used to let the audience come to their own conclusion and gain sympathy for the Chicanos of the Midwest." Lastly, Rodriguez says, "So in any national Chicano conferences, more and more we are going to find Midwest Chicanos attending and making themselves heard and felt in the decision-making." Ernesto says this to tell the audience that their help is needed to make this change, making each member in the audience feel that their actions are important to the change of the Chicano movement spreading in the Midwest.